Hello everyone, I have another review. And I know it's been a while, but that's because my last review I did in a different state and now I've moved. So this is the first review since I have moved, which was a couple weeks ago now, something like that. With the calendar to be sure. Anyway, this particular review is the ESV Heirloom Bible. This is their Legacy edition. This is a review copy from Crossway, so thank you so much to them. This particular Bible comes in this two-piece box, kind of a really hard box right there, and then when you open it up, it comes in this felt cover that a lot of the heirloom editions from Crossway have. This particular one is a, let's see here, there it is. It is a sewn binding, good there. 4 ribbon markers, I'll show you those in a little bit. There's some art gilding. The rescue concordance in the back, which I appreciate. Lifetime guarantee. It is bound by Royal Youngblood in the Netherlands. They are a quality rebind and binding company over there. I guess I really shouldn't say rebind, just a binder. And I have been really impressed with them. They know what they're doing. Having said that, let's dig into this Bible a little bit, look at some of the specs and features. You got your little letter over there. From the outside you can see you got your perimeter stitching, help with durability. I'm surprised that more Bibles in the premium don't have that. Some of the other ones that I've seen are a little, they're nice, but they don't have the perimeter stitching. I think that's becoming more of a norm as people are dropping $200, $300, $400 for a Bible to do whatever they can to make it last. So that perimeter stitching is a good thing. You got your 4 ribbons, and that's the colors they are right there, kind of a chocolate, cream, black. I guess you could call that a brown, maybe a mahogany, I don't know. There's probably some name for them somewhere. Got the goatskin cover. This particular goatskin, there's a little bit of a grain to it, which I like. I've had some that are really smooth. I'm thinking of something that I think Holman put out with one of their products. I think it was a CSB. I mean, there was almost no grain to that whatsoever. But this has a good grain to it, but not super grainy. So good smoothness to it. But that definitely helps a little with the grip. Got your liner. Pretty sure this is a synthetic liner in there. The tooling around the edges, not a big thing for me. People like it, people don't. You know, I could leave it, I could take it, whatever. Edge line, which is nice to the block. You got some cardstock there. Typical things here: marriage, birth, adoption, presentation pages. This particular one, we'll zoom in there for you. Wait for it to catch up. Yeah, I got a new iPad, so I'm kind of getting used to this thing. 2016 text. So that's where they're headed nowadays. Again, zoom in right there for you. Boom. Printed in the Netherlands. Royal Youngblood. Good stuff. And continue on. This particular one is a single column format. I grew up on double column. So a single column, I have some Bibles that are single column. Not persuaded one way or the other, although I do find myself going more towards a double column in a full Bible, and ironically a single column in a New Testament. I just feel those work better for me. But having said that, am I bummed it's a single column? Not really. If it was a single column verse by verse, potentially that might be a little bit more to my liking, but this isn't too bad. And the nice thing is, because it's single column, you got a pretty decent margin. I think it's almost a full inch, if not an inch, for notes, thoughts, what have you. You do have some little, kind of, I guess call those little aids there on the side, something like that. So that's nice. Kind of a chapter heading, if you will. Now, I say single column, that happens until you get to some poetry. And then it turns into a verse by verse. What are my thoughts on that? I like that feature only because I feel that it makes the poetry stand out more, especially if they block it like you see right there, where there's kind of a theme going, like these verses talk about this, these verses talk about that. I'm okay with that. I think that's really cool. And then as you get back to the, I call it more narrative, boom, there you are, back to your single column again. Is that annoying? Nope. I think because it's consistent enough, that's cool. I like that. Get over here, New Testament, not red letter. So if you're looking for red letter, this does not have that. Will future editions? I don't know. Haven't really looked into that much, but this one does not have it. And then, get right back here after the book of Revelation, you have your concordance. Not exhaustive by any stretch, but still pretty decent. And then, there you go, goatskin leather. And there's the back of it. So, what are the pros of this one? Well, goatskin leather, edge line, primer stitch, love those. 4 ribbons, big fan of that. Some, I'll call them neither pro or con, single column, except for the poetry, which I showed you earlier. Art Guild, meh, whatever there. Concordance, decent, again, not a pro or a con. Con, now I want to show this. It's really hard to show this, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that, but the paper on this one, it's good. It could be a touch better. Here's why. Look at that ghosting and bleed through. Man, I wish that wasn't there. If that wasn't there, I think this would be a decent Bible. This thing retails for, I think, $350 US. You could probably get it on sale easily for 20-30% off of that, maybe even half. Christmas time, back to school special, something like that. Sometimes they're pretty close to half off. Even at that price point of $170, $180, I really expected the paper to be just a touch better, maybe either a touch thicker, a touch darker, so that bleed through does not happen. Because right here, not really that big of a deal, but when you get back into something like Psalms and the poetries, just look at that. Look at all that busyness happening in the background. That's just annoying. You're trying to read, okay, blah, blah, and then it jumps out at you. Now, as far as I know, I have no sort of like ADHD or ADD, anything like that. But I could imagine those that have trouble reading, that can be very distracting. So, just keep that in mind. Decent Bible, not a great Bible, in my opinion. Hope that helps.